The following program is rated MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
The show that gives you everything and nothing at all. That's everywhere you don't want to be. It's Ruben, Mo B, and on the ones and twos, AG.
The 5-minute warning.
Welcome to a brand new episode of 5-Minute Warning. It is your man, Ruben. And as you can tell, I am by myself. But you know what? That's okay, because we still going to do what we do. We're going to have a good time. And hey, man, you know what? We're going to talk about a whole bunch of craziness today. Not too much crazy, but craziness enough. Now, as you know, like, we've had a rough kind of week. Well, first of all, I didn't have a rough week. My week was great. Like, awesome. However, in the world's still a little crazy. Our man is out there, making deals, with tariffs and all this other crazy shit. But, it's not even about that anymore. It's really just pretty much about, how we living. And some are living good, some are living whatever. But hey, it is what it is. Today, Oklahoma beat the brakes off of Denver in NBA basketball. Yo, insane. Like, super insane. Like, I didn't see that coming, but I guess everybody in Oklahoma saw it coming. So, shout out to Oklahoma. Good luck against Minnesota in the next round. The Knicks out here being Boston Killers. They out here saying, hey, we trying to go to the finals. This is the first time since, like, was it 1999 or some craziness, with Patrick Ewing. Jeez. I mean, that's forever ago. But hey, man, shout out to them too. Indiana got something for them. It's gonna be interesting. It's probably gonna go 7, but it's gonna be interesting. I mean, we don't talk any golf. Scotty Scheffler won again. Lord knows the dude wins all of the time, which I ain't really mad at, because when you the man, you the man. But more importantly, with all that craziness going on, we had some thunderstorms last week. It was a little warm yesterday. It was a little bit cooler today. But hey, you know what? I'm just excited that spring is almost gone. It is almost summer. And yeah, you hear me right now, like, all happy and not really complaining about the weather. But yeah, when that heat kick in, your brother gonna complain, because that's what I do. And that's okay. So when it gets hot, everybody can get up here and be like, Ruben, you won't complaining when it was all right. Now it's hot, you complain. You always want the summer. Blah blah blah. I'm a summer baby. I love the summer. I don't love the heat. But hey, once again, do what you do. It's okay. So today, I cut some grass, which was awesome. But more importantly, I started a little project. I decided that I want to grow a garden. However, I can't really grow a garden out there because I got rabbits. And so rabbits like to eat shit. So what's not going to happen is me making a space for a garden, do all that work, and they come and eat my stuff. So got myself a plastic box, got myself a drill, got myself some potting soil and some leaves and a potato. Hooked it up, baby. Cut some holes in that joint. It's the number 5 for those of you who care about that, care about the environment. Because one thing I did learn is you can't use all plastics. 1, 2, 4, and 5. Really 2, 4, and 5. are the ones you should be using. 1 is kind of okay, but 2, 4, and 5. I got a 5. So, oh, so yeah, I put it out there. Your boy's gonna make a green thumb out there. I decided to grow some lettuce. I decided to grow some carrots. I decided to grow some broccoli, and I decided to grow some potatoes. And I did not realize it was so easy. All I gotta do is put a small potato in the ground, and it's gonna grow. Awesome. It takes about 100 days. So September, I should be good. But we'll see. I'll keep you abreast of all that. So put that out there. Got me a decent sized tub, you know. But yeah, I don't want the rabbits eating my stuff. All this other stuff eating my stuff. So I had to go contain it. And a lot of people do that, especially in the city. Because I think I got a mole or something in my yard, and I don't need him eating my stuff, and I don't need rabbits coming by eating my stuff. Real talk, I really wanted to grow some corn just so I can see a stalk. Maybe next year. Let's see if I can get through this right here, and then I'll let you know what we're gonna do, because we may increase the numbers of totes that I have. But right now, I just got one fairly large size one. I look at a bunch of YouTube videos and stuff like that. People had like 4 totes, like 8 different pots. Like, I mean, they had a garden, but everything was different. One of my boys, shout out to PAT. He has a really nice one, and stuff like that. But hey, I'm not trying to spend a whole bunch of money in some stuff that don't work, that might not work. So I figure I'll try this out. If this works, next year I'll spend the money in the big one, and then get stands and all that stuff. Because he's got a profession now. Hopefully one day I can have a profession now too. But that's all I'm getting into, man. I want to talk about a couple craziness that did happen recently, and I guess I'll bring it back. Because it's been a minute that we talked about crazy world, so we'll talk a little bit about that today. And I want to bring up one thing that kind of happened in April. I read the article and I was just like, no, absolutely no. So basically, woman was chilling, eating her food and drinking her drink. Put the link in the joint below. And yeah, this snake just fell out of the ceiling and landed in their margarita. And apparently she didn't see the splash or whatever. She was about to drink that joint, and then she realized that something hit her in the forehead. And they looked around and they saw the snake in the margarita. I assume it was a small snake. Said it was moving. It started wrapping around my straw. First of all, hold on, player. Like, you're still holding this margarita, and the snake is starting to wrap around your straw, and it's still in your hand, player. Get out of here. I ain't got time for that. Some people came through, tried to, snakes like to wrap on stuff. So they tried to put it on a stick. That didn't work, But then some dude just decided that, hey, I'm going to be gangster with it. Another customer decided to be gangster with it. Just come and grab it and took that joint outside. First of all, shout out to that person, because that shit's gangster. Because your boy grew up in the city. Now, both of my parents grew up in the country. So in the summers, you getting out of Petersburg, son. You going to Capron. You going to Southampton County. And my grandma, we call her Big Mama. I mean, yeah, man, there's a house in the woods. And I ain't do with snakes, man. My older brother messed with those things. They ain't got time. I don't care how small, how big they are. I don't mess with snakes, bro. And like, he used to grab the small snakes and play. And I was like, man, this ain't the move. But yeah, some dude in there just grabbed the snake and took it outside. So shout out to that guy. And then the restaurant's like, well, we can move you to another table. I'm pretty sure she gave her the Kevin Hart look like, what? Nah, I'm getting up out of this bitch. And yeah, she was like, nah, I'm out. And, the owner was like, well, the snake probably came through an air conditioning vent. So hold on, player. You have an idea where it might have come through? You should probably fix that. Just saying. If a snake came through the AC vent, I mean, what, you not closing your vents? Like, what we doing? So, yeah. Nah, they's like, nah, we out. And she was like, I'm not eating out anytime soon, man. Like, you scared the woman for eating out because now a snake fell in her drink. I mean, I ain't really mad at her, but I'm just like, I mean, damn, did you at least comp her margarita? I mean, it got a snake in it, bro. I mean, you can sit here and say that ain't my fault. A snake came through your vent. That is all definitely your fault. So, and real talk, I'm not gonna say the restaurant because that joint happened in Virginia, VA. That joint happened in Henrico County. Now, I did put the link into the chat, so if you want to cut and paste and look that up, you most certainly can do that. Not your boy. I ain't eating there. I'm not gonna sit here and besmirch them. All I'm gonna say is, hey, if it came through the AC vent, you might need to get your vents checked out. So, yeah, that's crazy. You trying to enjoy your dinner, you ate your food, and a snake falls into your margarita. And look, man, she was there with her husband. Man, he's probably like, bruh, she got this margarita. We about to go back home and be just cool. Man, ruin his night too. That's some old bullshit. Like, so sorry about that. Sorry about that, dude. Sorry about the fact that your night got ruined by a little snake coming out of a vent after you took your lady out to get some meat. Sorry about you. So, my next story is, look, well, first of all, I know a lot of y'all out there run 5Ks and 10Ks and marathons and stuff like that. Your boy does not. Running is not a spectator sport. Running is cool for people who can run. At this point in time in my life, running is not something that I do. Hey, but to each your own. I ain't hating on running. I'm just saying, not me. So, in South Carolina, they just opened registration for a 5K race. It already has a record 161 people signed up for this joint. 161 people signed up for a 5K. Now, around here, man, that joint tiny. That ain't no big 5K race. Now, here's a catch, because there's always a catch. Is clothing optional? That's right. You can run a 5K butt ass naked. Now, it is located on the Carolina Foothills Resort. It's a nudist resort in Spartanburg County. So if you want to go and run naked, it is called the Buck Creek Street 5K. It's registered for June 14th. So you got time to sign up for it. If that's what you want to do, you got time. So, yeah, I mean, as the dude said, on the board of directors, quote, you can go anywhere and do a 5K, but you can't go anywhere and run a 5K naked. No lies detected. No lies detected. You try to run a 5K around here, you going to jail. Naked, you going to jail without question. Not even thinking about it. Yeah, your ass going to jail. At least for 24 hours. They might even stick you in a drunk tank. Because if you're going to run any 5K in public around here, you must be drunk. Because that's a whole bunch of indecency. I mean, regardless of what you packing or not packing. So, yeah. And like he said, if you go to a turkey trot and drop your drawers, you're probably going to get arrested. Yeah, I feel confident that's a 100%. If you go to any 5K right hand, you drop your draws, you getting arrested. Now, apparently, the race founder passed away at 73 in 2017. So, sorry about that. Now they have an option to go the extra mile and run 7.3K and honor the dude who was 73 when he passed away. Now, they can still win the 5K, but yeah. But here's my question. What they don't say is it an adult thing? We got kids up in this shit. Like, I mean, maybe kids are wearing clothes, but come on, man. I don't know if I'm bringing my kids to a place. I mean, I ain't got kids, but I don't know if I'm bringing my kids to a place where the majority of people are naked. Now, which is fair, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the link of the story in here as well. Which is fair. It is like a nudist resort. So if you want to sign up, you can register. But you got to go through a background check before you can be on the grounds. So, make sure, 1, you ain't crazy. 2, you ain't some pedophile or crazy. Or 3, you not vicious and crazy. And you know what? Hey, man, if you register, you get a free lunch and a day pass to explore the clothing optional resort. Clothing, it's not news, it's clothing optional. First of all, I don't run 5Ks, so I ain't doing it. And I damn sure ain't going to a news colony and getting butt balls naked. Not happening. Not your boy. Maybe some other boy, but not this boy. Nah, like, we not ready for that. Now, see me in 6 months when I'm jacked and I got an 8-pack. Then we do that. But this ain't naked for nobody. And nobody wants that. So I'm just letting you know. I'm trying to save the world out here, because don't get it twisted. I'm cute and all, but like, let's just say we ain't ready for prime time. You know what I'm saying? But I am ready for closed caption. So, with that being said, hey, if you want to run in a nudist 5K, go check them out. You got to the 13th of June to sign up and get your background check and shit, and go to South Carolina and enjoy yourself. If you do that, hey, let us know, because I'm curious now. And no, please don't send any pictures. Fine or not, I don't want to see you send any pictures, because that's like, what do they put the number? I guess they just write the number on your chest or something. So many questions, and we ain't got the time for that. I mean, we do, but we ain't got the people to talk to for that. So we're going to move on to our third joint. So, look, if you watch the show or you listen to the podcast, you know your boy doesn't have any children. Now, you know that in my past life, in my past job, I said, when people ask me if I had children, I said I got about 2,000 a summer. You're right, but I get them back. So, do I have children? No. Now, do I go to the supermarket and watch kids get their ass whooped, and some who probably should get their ass whooped? I do. But, I mean, I remember back when I was a kid, before you walk in, don't touch nothing, and it wasn't, hey, I will beat you in the store. It was, I'm going to beat you in the store, and I'm going to tell your dad when he gets home. Which, to be honest with you, I don't care what you say. Shout out to my mother. That is possibly one of the greatest mental games ever. My mom had the mental game down. I'm going to tell your daddy. I'm going to tell your daddy after I whoop you, so your daddy can whoop you again for doing that dumb shit in the grocery store. So, did I touch stuff? Hell yeah, I touched stuff. Did I put it back? Hell yeah, I put it back. Did she have to tell me twice? Nope. I ain't got time. Because even as a kid, man, you walk in, you see other kids getting their ass whooped because, they not acting right in the store. And see, back then, getting your ass whooped in public wasn't a thing. That was normalcy. These years, you get your ass whooped. Oh my God, call the cops. What? Bruh. And see, I'm not gonna get into all that, even though I really want to. But then somebody's gonna be like, well, Ruby, you don't got no kids. You're right, I don't have kids. But you know what? What I'm not doing, I'm not taking that bullshit from kids. And that's just what it is. Like, I mean, I love kids, man. I got many nieces and nephews. I got great nieces and nephews. I love them all individually, and they're all special. However, the village raised back in my day. The village raised children. Your neighborhood. Hey, if the neighbor whooped your ass because you did some dumb shit, you get another ass whoop when you get home because the last time I checked, you not fastening that telephone line, phone call, because you're not. So yeah, these days, man, these kids be punking out parents all the time, man. And it's just like, well, I'm gonna call CPS on you. I can only imagine if I ever said that to my mom while she's whooping my ass. I'm gonna call CPS. She'd be like, "Here you go," while she's continuing to whoop my ass. I'll give them or I'll give you a reason to call them, bro. If that ain't the mental game, game was over. It kind of messed you up, man. It's like, hold on, man. You giving me a whooping now, and this shit hurt. And then you just said, I'm going to give you a reason to call somebody. As a child, the pain thought process just expands. Because if she really mean that I'm going to give you a reason to call the cops, bro, I don't want that kind of pain in my life. That's just the way I thought about it. I don't want that kind of pain. Yo, I don't want no smoke, man. And after age, I got to a point where I ain't want no more smoke. My bad. You right. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna cry a little bit, and I'm gonna shut up and go do what I'm supposed to do next. So, but yo, man, these kids, bro, these kids and phones and tablets. Hey, shout out to the kids who understand how to use electronics better than their parents. I mean, when we were growing up, hey, Lamont, that's what they call him by my middle name. I need you to set the VCR. Yeah, look, I ain't mad at it. Wash dishes, cut grass, set the VCR. Technology, that's what it is. These days, kids are 2 years old. They know how to map. They know how to do stuff on an iPhone or an iPad. Awesome. Well, this kid in Kentucky decided, first of all, the kid's in second grade. That's the first thing. So what did second grade child do? Second grade child secretly placed the Amazon order. So, all right. So we already know what this gonna be about. Kids placing Amazon orders. Hey, parents, I need your help on this one. If a child can get access to anything to order anything, or whatever, I need it password protected, and I need something that they wouldn't know, like what we doing. And furthermore, the other thing that you do, look, man, fingerprint, bruh, fingerprint. Yo, kids cannot match fingerprints. They can't. They smart, but they ain't that damn smart that they can mimic your fingerprint on it. Bruh, I'm saying, y'all got to get better with security on y'all electronics. Go to the Apple store, take some lessons, talk to an older member of your family who's got electronics. If you got a family member who works with technology, talk to them. If you got kids, you got to protect your shit. You got to protect your shit. So, of course, this child decided, because he secretly placed an order, which means he ain't tell nobody about that shit. obviously. He placed an Amazon order for 70,000 Dum Dum lollipops. First of all, 70,000 Dum Dum lollipops? You're in second grade. You know what 70,000 is. And at this point in time, you have some value concept of money. You knew what the hell you were doing. You know there's a whole bunch of numbers. And yeah, look, man, 70 lollipops, you grounded. You ain't touching this shit for a minute. 70,000? You're not going to be able to sit for like a month. So this kid ordered 70,000 Dum Dum. Not even like the good shits either. You ordered Dum Dum lollipops, man. Not the Blow Pops. Hell, not the Tootsie Pops. Them little Dum Dum lollipops where it takes all of like a half a bite to eat it all. I mean, like, I guess for a kid, hey man, that Dum Dum shit was huge. Bro, 70,000. So this costs about $4,200. So my next question is, what do you have saved on your Amazon account that allows you to buy $4,000 at one point in time? Bruh, my bank would be like, yo, this is fraud like a bitch. So shout out to your terrible ass bank. They'd be like, this is fraud like a bitch. Yo, I'd be getting text messages and phone calls. Yo, what's going on? Hey, once again, clearly you can't have money. So the woman sells social media. She was shocked when she got 30 cases of Dum Dums on her doorstep. Each case having 2,340 pieces of candy. Bruh, 30 cases of anything on your doorstep is like, what the hell is going on? Like, what we doing? And then you find out it's Dum Dums. Bitch, please. Like, I know the guy who dropped that shit off from Amazon was like, I don't know what you doing. It's like goddamn Dum Dums, man. You made me just 30 cases. Poor guys who had to load that shit in the truck. And poor one truck guy who had to take that shit off the truck using a dolly that carried like 4 boxes, maybe a piece. He had to go back like 8 times, man, to get all these damn boxes. And the mom's like, what the fuck? So each case costs $130. 30 cases, about $4,200. So here's the cold part, right? Amazon was like, that shit is a whole bunch of not our fault. And they're 100% right. It is not their fault that you allowed your dumbass kid to order all this shit. So they was like, you know what? We'll take 8 of those cases back. So like they took 8 cases. Like 16,000, 17,000 Dum Dum. They took them back, like 8 cases. Bitch, I still got 22 cases left. So she started to sell them to her friends and neighbors. Once again, man, you can't hide money. If somebody around your block got 30 cases of Dum Dums, first of all, I get you trying to get your money back. But who's got $130 for a case of damn Dum Dums? What? Once again, you can't have money. You can't. She's living in a affluent neighborhood. You know, she bought her car to allow her to spend $4,000, you know, on something from Amazon and yada, yada, yada. So she said in the update that after a long day of working with the bank, because they should have caught that shit, talked to a few news stations, Amazon contacted her and agreed to refund the entire purchase. So my question is, hey, did they come back get the cases? Because, yo, I'm going to give you your money back. I want my shit back. I want all of it back. Like, what are we doing? But, you know, they're probably just like, well, We don't want no smoke. You know, now that you got, you know, equivalent of 10 on your side, on on your side, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go ahead and give you this shit back. We'll give you $4,200 back because we should have did a better job of checking shit. Which once again, I want to stress, this shit ain't their fault, but they gonna eat this shit, you know. And then it's like, hey, thanks. She thanked everybody who offered to buy a box to help them, to help you. Okay, you know, whether you don't, they're gonna donate. It's just whatever. It doesn't say anything about what happened to the kid. So my first thought is probably that kid's in a dungeon. Probably that kid is not allowed around electronic devices until they're in the 10th grade, probably. But probably nothing happened to that child, which is the worst part. Like, or timeout or some other bullshit. I mean, look, man, all I'm saying is protect your electronic shit. If a child can go in and spend $4,000 of your money, somebody hacking it is going to have no time. So if you're listening to the show and you're a parent, two things. Don't let your kids around electronic devices that have your bank's shit attached to it. And then two, I mean, stop giving your kids like tablets. Or if you don't give them a tablet, give them a kid tablet, bro. Spend $300 into the kid tablet, so they can't go and jack something up. Like, I get it. Well, I don't want to spend $300 for that because he's a good boy. He deserves a real Apple device. So you know what you do, right? That's fine. Spend $700 on an Apple device. That's just attached to him. That's it. You don't never touch mom and dad's Apple shit. You don't touch the computer. Because, hey, guess what? As long as you don't put Amazon on that kid's Apple device, he ain't going to access your $4,200. So, that's all I'm saying, people. If you're going to let your kids, like, people let their kids use their phone, and they wonder why their kids charge shit up, or they call the cops accidentally. Nah, man, that shit ain't accident. Your kids, man. It's your kids. You know? I saw the little thing on TV. I guess there's a phone where it has no internet. Get them a flip phone then. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? It's a smartphone that can't get on the internet. What? But hey, apparently that shit's selling, so shout out to them. That's just dumb as hell. So, I mean, we went through a snake in somebody's margarita. We went through a nude 5K, and we went through a kid spending money and that mom had to clean up afterwards. So, what's on my mind? It's very simple. What's on my mind is we got to be better people. And I'm not just saying people with each other. I'm just saying we just need to be better people all around. Because all these instances today, it's just a whole bunch of not being good people. Now, you know, the snake fall into the drink. She ain't had no control of that. But you know, I believe in this shit called karma. Snakes just don't be falling in people's food and shit. That means you probably did some dirty shit to somebody. And that's just messed up. And I feel bad for you. But karma attacks you regardless. It doesn't matter when you did it. You could have did that shit when you were 6. And now you 42 and you trying to get lit so you can go home and have a great night with your husband or significant other or whomever other person. Hey, man, snakes just don't be falling in people's drinks, bro. That's all I'm saying. A new 5K, I mean, that's dope. It didn't say anything about having kids there, though. Furthermore, I'll have to look that up. Maybe next week I'll have an answer for you because last time I checked, I don't know if kids can go to nude beaches. To me, that sounds a little bit out of the, you know, nah, that's fucked up. But I will look for that information and find out for you. And third, I mean, don't just be giving kids everything, man. Look, I wasn't raised on TV. I wasn't raised on electronics. You know what I was raised on? Most of the time was get out the house, come back before dark. Well, or if you leave the backyard, tell me where you're going. That's kind of what it was, man. You got to go outside in nature. You got to play with yourself. Not play with yourself, but you got to entertain yourself, unless you got siblings. And y'all just chilling. Y'all making up games and shit and whatever. Or, hey, you'll go play basketball at the neighbors down the street. Cool. I mean, we did that shit, man. Kids out here need to get outside, bruh. Like, let them smell some grass. I would have never known I was allergic to bee stings until I got stung by a bee when I was like 3. Yeah. So now I know I'm allergic to bee stings. And when I see them motherfuckers, I am not there anymore. So all I'm saying is we got to be better people, man. Because most of the stuff that happened is a whole bunch of karma. And karma, that shit comes back. And it always comes back worse. So, hey, look, I appreciate all y'all joining me on this episode today. It was just me, Dolo, and that's how we do sometimes, because sometimes Dolo is what it is. I like to thank myself for, having a great show. I like to thank everybody who's listening to me right now and on the podcast when it comes out. Tell a friend, tell an enemy, just tell someone about us. We're here Sunday nights, 9 p.m. until we finish getting off. Now, if you notice, we're a little early today, but you know what? What I have learned in my life is that there's only so much talking from me that a lot of people can deal with. That's real talks. So I know my limitations. I know how much I need to deliver. That's why I have co-hosts. So I don't have to talk all the damn time. But we appreciate you. Like I said, tell somebody about us. We'll be back next Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check us out on the podcast. Like and subscribe to us. I mean, catch us everywhere. We got stuff everywhere. So we appreciate y'all, and as always, peace, love, hair grease, soul, and deuces.
Email us at 5minutewarning19@gmail.com. And also leave comments on Facebook and Twitch. Search 5 Minute Warning. Contact us on Twitter at AG_FMW podcast, at Newsman25, at FMW 2019. Contact us on Instagram, Moby 5 Minute Warning, AG_5 Minute Warning, Newsman25. You can listen to the podcast at Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of
The 5 Minute Warning.